G'day everyone, Chris and Crowles here from Primac Sports. Another week of NRL ahead of us. Cracking round behind us, there's some quality results there. Certainly impressed the Raiders over in New Zealand, stepped it up a gear. A few other sides blew a couple of sides away, and then there were some quality games. Obviously that Cowboys-Broncos game again, decided by 1 point the other way this time. Yeah. Last 3 times they've played, it's been decided by 1 point. Both teams scored between 15 and 20. Mate, they promise a cracking contest every time they play. Yeah,
I just can't wait. I think they're going to be up there. If not in the grand final, they'll be up there in the preliminary final. And it'd be great to watch another final between the two. And it was good to see the Sharks get rid of the hoodoo with the Manly side, who have been really hard to beat lately. So it was good for us to get a win there as well.
Great result for you, mate. Restored peace in the house now that you're back on top.
That's it, much better.
Happy days. This weekend, obviously a shortened round, only the 4 games. State of Origin on Wednesday. Pumped for that.
Can't wait.
Next week's next week's preview will be delayed again because of that one, but that's fine. We'll cope with that there. But certainly be good to see the Blues hopefully chalk a win there.
Here's hoping.
Well, let's get into this weekend's games. Friday night, 7:50 p.m. The Broncos host the West Tigers at Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane. The Broncos welcome in Herman Assese, Greg Eden, Jai Arrow, Jaden Sewer, Lachlan Maranta and Tavita Pangai Jr. Out, Corey Oates, Corey Parker, Darius Boyd, Matt Gillette, Sam Thaiday at Origin and Josh McGuire. Kevin Nagama and Sausa Sue are in for the Tigers, with Aaron Woods missing out with Origin. All right, first up in Brisbane on Friday night, the Broncos obviously going to be without a number of Origin stars. The Tigers probably blessed by their Origin star there without.
Happy days.
Certainly missing Farah is going to be a big plus for them. So I certainly think it's going to help their chances. The Broncos, on the other hand, missing their whole back row. Really excited to see young Tavita Pangai. He's played for the Australian Junior Kangaroos for the last 3 years in a row. Started in the back row, then started at lock, then second row, then prop. So he's moving his way forward. He's a big boy. I saw him running around in the juniors a few years ago in Newcastle. I think he's playing about 3 years over his age and terrorising kids still. So really looking forward to seeing him finally make his debut in the NRL.
I think the Broncos shouldn't be too unsettled. They've got their main core there. Hunt and Milford in the halves. They're playing strong. They're playing well. Yeah, okay, they're playing off the back of some really good strong forward work, and they may miss that forward work this week. But I think Blair will still hold on that aggression, that strength in the front, get them that go forward, and then they can use the ball out wide. I think the Broncos will still be too strong with that halves pairing. Tigers will look good. I think it'll be a lot closer than what most will expect. But I think the Broncos will just be too strong.
Yeah, I think the Broncos lose almost nothing with the backline reshuffles. Maranta coming in, Eden coming in, both. I mean, at any other club, they'd be first choice wingers. Carr, who's a pretty solid fullback. I mean, he's not quite Darius Boyd, but he's pretty damn good. So their backline looks pretty solid for mine. That back row is where they're going to miss a bit, but I'm really looking forward to seeing. We've seen some of like Herman Assese, Offhand Gowie, and then Pangai. I'm really expecting big things from him, to be honest. He's been knocking on the door at Canberra for 2 years, taking the opportunity to go to Brisbane, and so I think he'll really grab this with both hands. I can't see any result but the Broncos winning. I think the Tigers will give it a solid crack in the first half, but I just think the Broncos have got too much class, as you said, with those halves. Andrew McCulloch, Adam Blair, those guys in key positions, and Kahu making a solid spine. I'm still thinking the Broncos will get this done by 13 plus.
Yeah, I'm actually going to say, like I said, I think it'll be a little closer than what most will expect. So I'm going to go Broncos 1-12.
All right, Saturday night, 7:30 p.m. The St George Illawarra Dragons host the North Queensland Cowboys. In for the Dragons, Benji Marshall, Joel Thompson and Kurt Mann, while Josh Dugan's out to Origin duties. The Cowboys having Cohen Hess, Rory Koss, Jason Javid Bowen, Ray Thompson and Jerome Hughes, Jonathan Thurston, Michael Morgan, Matt Scott, James Tamau and Justin O'Neill all out on Origin duties.
All right, Cowboys. I think they might have 2 players left that aren't on Origin duties.
Yeah, they must be Kiwis, are they?
Oh yeah, they've got a massive core missing and some really big name players in real key positions. So I think it's going to be really hard for them. Coote, he's going to have to stand up from the back, and Granville in hooker there. I think they're going to be the 2 players, if they're going to have a crack, have to be playing strong.
Yeah, I don't think they lose too much in the front row. Like, they lose a bit, obviously, Tamau and Scott at guns, but when you've got guys like Ben Hannon, he's got years of experience at a number of clubs, and Bolton that's coming in on the other side there. Both pretty experienced props. They've been around there, they've been around those guys, and they're going to step it up. The halves is where they're going to really miss the players. The backline, Java Bowen's shown us what he can do when he came in for Kane Lynette. But the halves, obviously, replacing Thurston and Morgan's really impossible. You've got Ray Thompson there, who's got experience, and again, at a number of other clubs, would be close to a first choice half or certainly a bench utility, and he'll do a job there. Jerome Hughes is the one that intrigues me. He's a fullback from the Queensland Cup, been pushed into 5'8". I think that's worked well for him before with Michael Morgan, don't get me wrong. But it'd be really interesting to see what he can do. I haven't seen too much of him playing in the Queensland Cup. I've seen little highlights packages that I've had a look at over the past week. Certainly got some ability, the kid, but it'd be interesting to see how he steps up to that next step.
Yeah, definitely. Dragons, I think, will be well. Tyson Frizzell obviously coming back into the squad
Big plus.
After being released. So I think the Dragons are going to have a really strong core team. They're missing Dugan, but I don't think he adds that much emphasis to the team this year. I think they've been working more off their defence rather than their attacking flair with Dugan. So I think the Dragons will hold pretty strong. I think their defence will work pretty hard. I think they'll get those couple tries that they'll need to get them on top, and I've got them going 1-12.
Yeah, I still have some questions over the Dragons' attack, and I think the thing that we're going to watch for here is watch with Kurt Mann coming in on the wing. Watch for the Cowboys kicking game to target him high and put pressure on him in that corner. I think even with those inexperienced halves, Thompson's got enough experience behind him. The forwards will roll forward. They've still got Taumalolo, Lowe, Cooper there in the back row. So I think the Cowboys will sneak this one home. I don't think it's going to be pretty. I don't think it's going to be high scoring with the Cowboys 1-12. All right, thanks again for tuning in, guys. Apologies, it's only a shorter show this week. Obviously, we're a bit limited with the games we've got. There's some quality games of football, some really good young guys on debut that you can keep an eye out for that we've sort of addressed there. Really enjoy it. If your team's not playing, make sure you tune into some of those other games to see what's coming up. Enjoy the weekend of footy. Enjoy State of Origin next week. Don't overdo it. I'll try not to with work the next day. Good luck on the punt, and thanks again for tuning in.
Cheers.